It is time to talk money with my favorite person, Cindy of Cinergy. And today we're talking about that mortgage on how you can use that to have a great retirement. Am I right, Cindy?
Yes, I mean, for retirees to consider paying off their mortgage is a really good thing, and there's a couple benefits associated with paying off your mortgage early or as you get into retirement. First of all, those psychological factors. You know, when once you get into retirement, people don't realize it, but they're on this fixed income, and things come up like healthcare expenses. So that is definitely a good reason to consider paying off your mortgage. Number two, if you're getting to the end of your mortgage, most of the money that you're paying down the mortgage with is principal. So you don't get as many tax benefits as you would in the beginning of the mortgage. But today, there's just a lot of debate. I mean, some people are saying, why should I pay off the mortgage when I'm at a 2%, 3% interest rate? Why would I put all that money into my home and, consider it dead money? So, every situation is really different. You got to look at what you have in an emergency fund. Do you have enough to pay it off? And a lot of our clients, believe it or not, Brad, when I sit down with a client and they want to reduce their expenses, sometimes we just go in there and refinance their mortgage.
Wow.
And reduce their payment by 50%.
Okay, that's what I wanted to see about that right there. You just answered the question. Why would I want to go and refinance? So you said it saves quite a bit, huh?
Oh yeah, because if you're at the end of your mortgage and let's say your payment is 1,500, but you only owe 50,000, if you refinance it, maybe your payment goes to $300. So that is a strategy we use as we look at your budget, because everyone needs a budget when they retire. What's your budget? What do you need in income, and where can we cut your expenses? And refinancing a mortgage that's late into the stage of payoff is definitely a potential strategy. So each situation is quite different.
Hey, Cindy, do you think the mindset of people not wanting to pay off is because when they started, they go, well, this is going to help build your credit? And that's why you want to have this mortgage. You don't want to pay everything off at once because you want to build credit and, as you pay and go along. Is that still kind of like true right now when you hit a certain age? Do you really need to worry about having that big, long line of credit?
I don't think, and if you do pay off your house, we always suggest that you get a credit line, right? Because if things come up in retirement and you need emergency money, that is something you want to get before you retire. And remember, it was during the Great Depression that people lost their houses and their parents' said, pay off the house, pay off the house. I don't think the mentality of paying off your house is important today as you enter retirement for two reasons. Number one, you tie up a lot of capital, which is dead money. And when you can borrow money at 2%, 3% versus 15 in the 80s, it doesn't even make sense in some instances to pay off your house. But definitely, if you're not going to pay off your house, get that equity line for those medical expenses that come up when you retire.
Yeah, but I like also how you said it's also like a very relief, a nice peace of mind to have that paid off, and that way you're not worrying about that.
Absolutely. I mean, if your house is paid off, another strategy a lot of people look to is a reverse mortgage, because you can literally borrow up to 50% of your equity in your home, okay? And you're not responsible for paying that back, and either is your beneficiaries, and eliminates your house payment. So, I mean, the reverse mortgage came about in 1988 by Ronald Reagan, which approved the new government insured mortgages. You must be 62. And typically you need to have equity in your house to consider doing something like that. So that's another strategy. If you just don't want to deal with your payment anymore, for instance, if you have a house that's $500,000 and you owe $250, you have 50% equity. In some instances, you can eliminate your house payment altogether if you're age 62 under the reverse mortgage.
Wow.
Pretty cool, huh?
Oh, it's amazing. So, gosh, I wish I could spend more time with you, but we can't. But other people can, because you have a great, of course, way of they can get a hold of you.
Yes, just call our 800 number. The first 5 callers is going to get Redefining Financial Literacy, a book I just authored in April. Our toll-free number is 1-888-210-8777. And we're here to answer your questions, so don't be scared.
So So there you go. Give Cindy a call because she knows how to make sure you're happy in retirement with your finances. So thank you, Cindy.
Thank you, Brad.